Hola a todos, ya estoy. As you know, I'm the enthusiastic drinker, and today I want to pursue a special drink. Now, I did not make a video yesterday. For that, I deeply apologize to you all. As you know, even a mind as mine requires a break from perfection every once in a while. Now, what I will do today is present to you a special one, because it's special because it made me think something. It made me imagine a scenario in my head, like the best should. This is the Judas beer made in cerveza ruby fuerte de fermentación. Um, it's a Belgian beer brewed in Belgium. As usual, Belgian beer kicks ass. In fact, it kicks major ass. So for that reason, I expect it to be good. Now, the design is weak. It's weak sauce. But in this case, because I am perfectly objective and always make the right decisions, I will say that the name makes up for it. When I hear the name Judas on a beer, it forces me naturally to imagine the last name, as in Judas Iscariot, because that is a badass fucking name. And whenever I hear that name, I imagine myself in the dark streets of a city, hunting creatures of the night or something in that regard. You know, a night, I would say, Iscariot. So for that reason, it really, really gets to me, this name, and it's something I will take on. So I can forgive the lack of art because the name is it's right up there. It's right at the top of names that you could give a beer, and realistically, right at the top of names you could give anything in the world. In fact, more things should be named either Judas or Iscariot or Judas Iscariot. But that's my honest opinion, it, and it's also the correct one, as you'll come to know. Now, it's an 8.5% beer. It is a tough one. It's a blonde beer, so of course the percentages are going to be going to be higher by nature, but this is a rather tough one. So I expect it to be very good. I have nothing more to add other than it's tough. So if you're the type that does not like much alcohol, gets drunk easily, maybe refuse this. But at the same time, as for me, a beer below 4.6, for example, ceases to be good because it requires too much to have an effect. You would be drinking that only for the taste, which is like maybe 70% of why you drink beer. The other 30% is, in fact, to get feel the effects. And with this bad boy, you'll be feeling the effects really quickly. Unlike with the Japanese, the Korean one I reviewed at the start of my career, in which case it would take you a lot more to feel the effects. And I can't condone such laziness in making a beer. Now, let's move on to the taste test. I've covered the name and I've covered the lack of design art. Now, it's time to cover a lot of other things. Moment, moment. Now, Now, there's one thing about blonde beer that you have to realize is that it tastes amazing. Blonde beer never fails to be absolutely amazing in its taste. So, well, its smell. What I mean is, it smell often smell tastes amazing too. But this one is just when I put this in front of my nose, it just makes me imagine I'm fighting. It makes me imagine that I'm going berserk or something. In the good way, of course, like an ancient battle rager of mythology or something. That really does make me imagine that. Like, yeah, that's the one main comparison I could possibly give, but this is one that you must try. The smell at least. Now, as for the taste, I'm about to review that too. Don't you worry. But first, we will do our signature thing. Oh, now it is very blonde, as you can see, what is coming out of the bottle. Quite blonde indeed, but I can't complain. Blonde beer is obviously quite good. This is the degree. Wait, no, we can fill some more of it up. A filled cup is the happy man's dream, I believe. Now, what's this delicious color? This is what I've always enjoyed in a beer, this delicious color that it's just see right through it, in fact. I I love it. I simply cannot put it into other words. I love it. Um, oh, that was a notification. You may have heard that as well. Please ignore that. I'm a very busy man, so I get plenty of notifications. Now, here we are, and it's time to, in fact, begin. Yes, it is. highest marks I can give to this is that it does not taste like its alcohol percentage. This is an 8.5, but it does not taste like an 8.5. It tastes like a Grimbergen, I would call it. Yeah, that's the right way to say it. But Grimbergen for all of you scrubs. Grimbergen has the signature taste, and of course, but it packs like a seven, if I remember, at 6.8%, which isn't bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. Um, it packs that taste for a lesser amount of alcohol. This has a very similar taste to Grimbergen, but it also packs a comparatively higher amount of alcohol. That's yeah. So you get more bang for your buck, technically, with this, although it can be quite pricey at the store where I bought it. So if you're in for the taste and you like Grimbergen and you want more alcohol for your taste, definitely recommend it. It's worth a try, honestly. Um, and it has that air of exclusivity actually that most people with lesser brain, who belong in, well, maybe they didn't develop as much insight, so they can't see the truth of our world. Where you're going around, you're seeing creatures on buildings, you're seeing behind the veil, you're seeing the secrets that the world kept from you. You will enjoy this if you have high level of insight. But if you have low level of insight and you don't see the truth of our world and you're walking around, you're seeing people, you're not seeing monsters, you're seeing buildings, you're not seeing massive walking spiders, you might not enjoy this because your insight just isn't developed enough, which is a sad tragedy, of course. I am the smartest person who's realized all the truths of this world, so I will like this, of course. But that's to be expected. So what am I to say? I like this. I like this. I give it a positive. I give this a positive 7.8 out of 10. It doesn't quite rack up the great taste, uh, because I think Grimbergen is pretty reliable, but it never tastes great. It tastes good. And 7.8 is good. Do not at all worry. 7.8 is a very, very good score. Uh, but it doesn't quite get up there with the greats. Maybe I give it an 8, actually. Maybe I give this an 8, I think. It doesn't get up there with the greats, but it's a good taste, and the taste is really pulling its weight for the amount of alcohol, so I can't complain. Have a good one.